host on Project Success Switch. Today I'm going to be introducing a topic that is very common, but of course, very confusing. People see it as a very big thing, and that is the word project. You see, we cannot afford not to be deliberate and intentional about our approach to managing life and any venture that we are engaged in. I came across a scripture in the book of Luke a long time ago, and it changed my approach to life and everything that I do. Now that scripture is Luke 14:28. It says, "Now which of you planning or intending to build a house will not first sit down and count the costs to know whether he has enough to finish it? In case he starts it and is unable to finish it, and people will begin to say, look at that man, he started this house and he can't finish it." Now, the word that thrilled me there was the word first. That means you want to build a house. The first thing is not to build the house. The first thing is to sit down and count the costs. Do you have the number of days? Do you have the money? Do you have what it takes to do it? He said, if not, you cannot guarantee completion. For you to guarantee completion, you must sit down first. Now, a house there can actually mean your life. It can mean your business. It can mean a physical house. It can mean a nation. It can mean a government. You don't say you want to build anything without first sitting down and counting the cost. So our topic today is about knowing what you want to do and how to sit down and creating a structured approach to managing any venture that you are involved in. Now think about it. Just think about it. Now, it summarily means that you will always need to start with the end in mind. You know the ending, then you come back and begin to say, okay, how do I get from where to the end that I have seen? Now, there's a popular saying that says, if you don't know where you are going, you won't know when you arrive there. Can I also add that if you don't know where you are going, you won't even know how to start? Can you imagine? You want to travel to maybe Lagos, and then you don't know that you are going to Lagos. If you don't know you are going to Lagos, even if you arrive at the bus stop, you won't know which car to join. Now, even if you join a car, but you don't know you are going to Lagos, when you get to Lagos, you won't know you have gotten there. But if you ask yourself, okay, I want to get to Lagos, I want to arrive by say 4 p.m. It will help you decide what kind of vehicle to enter. Is it a taxi or a bus? Or should I fly? It will help you decide what is the budget. Do I have the money to fly? Do I have the money for a taxi? Or do I have the money to just take a bus? Now, what is a project? Simply put, any endeavor that you are undertaking that has a start date and an end date and has a unique result to produce or a goal to achieve, that is a project. It can be something small and simple. It can be something big and complex, whether simple or complex, big or small. Whatever approach you use in managing large projects, it's the same thing you use in managing small projects. I've managed fairly large projects. When I say large, not just in size, but in the amount of money deployed into it. You understand? Small, large project. I discovered that if you have a structured approach for managing a large one and you apply it on the small one, you will arrive it's the same principle. So what are the examples of a project now? Think of anything that has a start date and has an end date. Building a house. Are you planning your wedding? Your life has a start date. Your life has an end date. That means it needs to be managed. Your life is a project. Everything that has a start date, you are renovating an office, is it a research you are doing, is it a school project? Think of it. That's a project once there is start date and end date. And you have to be intentional about it. There is no need to jump into things without a deliberate, conscious, intentional, and structured approach to managing it. See, because it has a time frame, it must be managed. I will talk about the concept of project management itself. I'm talking about project today. Project management itself in my subsequent videos. What are the attributes of a project? What will you see before you can consider any endeavor, a project? Number one, it must be temporary. Temporary means it has a start date and an end date. I've spoken about that. I won't overflog that. Number two, it has to be unique. Unique means it has a specific scope to deliver with distinct features or solution. So there is a distinct feature, there's a distinct solution, sometimes that may never have existed. Number three, objective. Objective means it has a predetermined goal or outcome. Number four, it must have interrelated activities. Interrelated activities means you can break down the project into measurable chunks with unique deliverables. Now, by the time you break them down and allocate time and money to each of these piecemeal, by the time you add the piecemeal together, it gives you the total cost of the project or the total time required to complete the project. Then lastly, which is number five, attribute of a project, it must have a baseline. Baseline means the boundaries of the project. How do you know you have achieved the project? We have cost baseline, we have time baseline, we have scope baseline. If it doesn't have any of the above, then it is not a project. Don't forget, it must have a start date and an end date. It must be unique. It must have an objective. It must have interrelated activities. It must have a baseline. I need your feedback on this video, please. Kindly drop your comments in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel now, go on right now, subscribe to this channel. Drop your questions for me. It will help me to prepare content for my subsequent videos. Thank you very much.